Let's talk about something a lot of people run into but don't always connect the dots. Constipation from calcium supplements. If you've been taking calcium and started noticing your digestion slowing down, then this video is for you. Okay, so first things first, calcium supplements can absolutely cause constipation. It's a known side effect, especially when taken in higher doses or without balancing with other key minerals. But the reason why this happens is actually pretty interesting and has to do with how calcium works inside your body, especially with your muscles. See, calcium isn't just about bones, it also plays a huge role in muscle contraction. Every time a muscle contracts, calcium floods into the muscle cell to trigger that movement. And when it's time for the muscle to relax again, magnesium has to step in to push that calcium back out of the cell. That's how the muscle cycle works. Calcium contracts, magnesium relaxes. Now, here's the key part. Your digestive system is full of smooth muscle. Your intestines are basically long tubes of muscle that need to constantly contract and relax to move the food through your system. This process is called peristalsis, and if the muscle contracts but doesn't relax properly, things get stuck. This is where you run into constipation. So when you take a calcium supplement without enough magnesium, you're shifting that natural balance. Too much calcium floating around can overstimulate those gut muscles. So instead of moving smoothly, they might tighten up and not let go. And the problem doesn't just happen with magnesium. Calcium also interacts with potassium, another important electrolyte. Potassium is also mostly inside your cells, just like magnesium, and works in tandem with it. Its main antagonist is sodium, but calcium can also bring it down if you take in too much. So when calcium supplements throw off your magnesium and potassium balance, then you will run into constipation. A lot of people don't realize it, but these four electrolytes, so sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, always work together and always have to be looked at together. If one goes up, for example, through supplements and the others can't keep up, then you will start having symptoms like muscle cramps, fatigue, or even heart palpitations. That's why it's never a good idea to just look at one of these in isolation. You always have to see them as a package deal. What this means is if you want to fix the constipation, you need to rebalance your electrolytes again. Most often, adding magnesium is the first and most effective step, usually in a dose of 200 to 500 milligrams. Like I said before, magnesium helps relax those GI muscles and gets things moving again. Sometimes a single high dose can already help, but because most people are borderline deficient in magnesium in the first place, a better approach is usually to split your daily intake into several doses. The body can only absorb so much, so the rest will just sit in your GI tract and draw water. Then again, if your constipation is really bad, that might be what you want. So you could even initially overdose magnesium to provoke loose stool. If that doesn't work, think about potassium, since like I said before, calcium can also antagonize it. The problem with potassium supplements is that the FDA limits them to under 100 milligrams per dose, which is why you will see a lot of products with 99 milligram capsules or tablets. The reason for this is that ingesting too much potassium at once can create serious health problems such as heart arrhythmia. But this usually only happens if you have an existing kidney condition that hinders your body from eliminating excess potassium, or if you take a lot more than the recommended supplemental dose. In general, if you decide to supplement, start with a small dose of around 100 milligrams to 300 milligrams of potassium, and then work your way up to see how your body reacts. I wouldn't go over 1,000 milligrams per day from just supplements, and always make sure to take it in several doses throughout the day. So don't take everything at once. And the last tip is that you should also look at the calcium supplement itself. Some forms, like calcium carbonate, are much more likely to cause constipation compared to things like calcium citrate, for example. Also keep in mind that calcium supplements are a tricky subject to begin with, and not everyone needs them. I discussed this in much more detail in a different video. Awesome, that's pretty much everything you need to know. Again, the underlying issue is usually an imbalance of your electrolytes caused by the higher calcium intake. Fix that and you're good to go again.